The mystery of hardwood floors just buckling. You're about to meet Ron and Janice, who's had this issue now for a while. And they've had numerous contractors out. They can't figure it out. So let's go ahead and meet them and get right to it. So Ron, when you called out the last plumber, what did he say? That it was a...
He entered it from here. He didn't go to the snake.
Right.
And I asked him, are you going to snake that? He said no, because it was a collapsed.
Collapsed line. Yeah.
And he smelled it, the end of the scope, the camera, and he smelled like dirt, he said, and there were like a little debris on it.
Yep.
That was about it.
The sequence of events was you brought an original contractor, like a builder, or they've all been plumbers?
No, we've had floor people. We've had moisture. What's it like the
Foundation people.
The foundation people. We thought a sprinkler. We thought it was from the rain.
Yeah.
As you see, we trenched the yard out there.
Yeah.
We just mystified what is going on.
Okay. So this has been a big mystery
For a year.
For a year.
We have had so many people come in. What is going on?
So here's what to expect today. We're going to start with continue on to the outside. Like I said, we're going to run that smoke. We're going to do some more camera work. We may be able to tunnel underneath a little bit more because I think we're about 18 inches from the footing. So I want to come in about another foot to 2 feet so we can get a good indication of that. We're hoping that the sewer pipe is in the soil portion. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, depending on the age of the house, they put the actual piping inside the slab. Yeah. So I'm hoping that that's not the case. So it's going to be a challenge, but we've got both of us here today. Two minds are better than one, and we'll see what we can do to figure this out for you. Okay?
Perfect.
I know it's been you said you were up all night worrying about this.
I tried to wake her, but she wouldn't wake up and participate.
All right, guys, so you heard it from the homeowners that are having to deal with this for over a year. Now, it's not only frustrating for a homeowner, but you could see all the different levels of tradesmen that have come here to try to put their heads together to so that adds the pressure to us because they've had architects, contractors, plumbers out here. One plumber said that the entire kitchen's going to have to be remodeled. Yeah. So guys, what I'm saying is for us to bring our team in here and go through all of this effort to try to find this, and we don't, it's so hard to take somebody's money when they're going through this type of frustration. Yep. So we've got to really put our minds to this and get to the bottom of it. I tell you right now, it's going to be a challenging one because there's no water pipe leaks, can't really see anything. We've already dug a hole, can't really find any sewer smell or anything like that. So it just makes it a lot more challenging, but we're up for the challenge. All right, guys, one of the really important steps in detecting any sort of hardwood floors buckling is using sewer camera equipment. It's my brother nodding yes. He's up on the roof there. We're going to go ahead and run the camera down the vent right above the kitchen area. And right now, hold on for a sec, Jim. You can see the inner walls right now are wide open, but watch when we get a little closer. Boom, we run into an obstruction right there. Look at that, folks. It's all the sediment right there that's building up. We cannot get past that. So we're going to go ahead and locate that particular area right there. So we'll leave the camera in place. Let's get the locator and pinpoint where that's at. We're tunneling underneath this kitchen here, and we're pretty deep already. But what I'm trying to do now is get up into underneath the foundation because there's quite a bit of dirt. So hoping that there could be, a waste pipe there that we can visually see, because there's definitely, when we run the camera, there's an impact there somewhere. Also, a quick note, you might be asking yourself, well, wait a minute, doesn't insurance cover something like this? Well, Ron and Janice actually put a claim into their insurance, and they immediately denied them, saying, sorry, but there is no significant damage, and it seems like it's a long-term event, so they're kind of out of pocket right now. All right, guys, what I'm doing right now is I created a little hole here just because I've lined it up where all that buckling is. So as the team is getting set up, I thought I'd run just a little bit of a hydrostatic water pressure test. What that's going to do is if there's any
water intrusion from the exterior from fresh water, then hopefully it'll find its path, and maybe in a few hours we'll be able to detect it inside.
All right, guys, so Jimmy's running the water about 4 feet away. You can see the water percolating through the concrete slab. Now, I'm not saying that that's the cause, but you should never have water coming out. And then look at here in the ditch, you can see how much water saturation there is through this concrete slab. We're gonna go ahead now, set up, I wanna get a visual on running the camera down the island drain and kind of verify what the other plumber said and just see if I can locate where that is in relationship to the hardwood floors. Got a lot going on. Got my brother putting water, hydrostatic water test on the outside. We got guys up on the roof running cameras. We're gonna take our mini camera and do that right now. Ooh, what is that? Just debris. It's nothing big.
Okay, so there's no collapsed line, huh?
No.
You want me to run soap, Dave, or?
No. This is a workout, guys. All right.
First of all, that plumber telling them that there's a collapsed line?
There's no collapse line.
Absolutely not. We're in probably
30
feet. 40 feet, and the other plumber said he was only able to get in 4 feet.
Okay, we just ran the camera. We ran it out 30 feet. Line is in perfect condition.
Really?
There's no dirt, there's no break.
He said he smelled dirt.
No. Well, it's a kitchen line.
Yeah.
Kitchen lines are going to be the nastiest drain in the home just because of all the food and stuff we put in. So, just as we're talking about this right now, that's why I always recommend get 2 or 3 opinions. Get 3 people out here to run cameras. You're gonna get to the bottom of really what's going on with your drainage system, especially in a situation like this. Imagine if he would have moved forward with this, he would have had his kitchen floors torn up and accessing a drain pipe that needed no repairs whatsoever. So I'm glad they took a step back and actually called us to come out to get a second opinion. So now with that clarification or verification, we can move forward now on other things that's really causing the hardwood floors. So just wanted to provide you this good news that the drain is in good condition.
So the guys, about 20 minutes later, look at how much water we're getting now. I actually took a wax seal and packed the concrete and then packed it with mud so we can pressurize it a little bit. So hopefully we get a little bit of a backfeed into the kitchen area where we're about to remove the dishwasher. All right, guys, we're gonna do our fluorescent dye as they're prepping for the dishwasher removal. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some dye in there, and you never know, we might be able to get some dye, and that'll really be an indicator that it's a water intrusion issue.
All right, guys, so we removed the floor as you saw, and we could now get a visual perspective of what's going on underneath here. You can see though, even though we're not getting any water or moisture seeping through, we do now have a perspective on how this floor was built, and it's actually built about 1 inch or so above the floor. There's a foundation here. We're on a slab, and it's actually about 1 inch above that slab. The slab is actually completely bone dry. We're gonna go ahead now and continue to run the water to see if we can get any water coming into this direction here before we move forward. All right, so we didn't find moisture in this particular location, but what we're gonna do is utilize this little mini cam here. And because that floor, the hardwood floor, is up about 1 inch or so, it's gonna allow us to feed this camera in this direction, which is where the hardwood floor buckling started. So let's do that now. So there we are, we're about 18 inches in. What I'm looking for right now is just at the bottom of the floor to see if there's any sort of moisture coming in, because we still have water just pumping into that foundation directly outside here. And you could see that's actually a really good shot there. Everything seems to be really, really dry.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and enter the smoke into the kitchen vent line right now.
All right, guys, so as you can see, we have smoke The reason why we're introducing smoke is because this is going to prevent the cabinets from being torn up. A lot of times too, if a plumber didn't glue the joints right and it's coming through the slab behind this expensive cabinetry, now that we know that the floor has that gap, if we're going to get smoke out of there where we opened up, then that's going to mean that the piping in the slab has a breach. So let's go where I opened up the hardwood floors to see if we get any smoke coming out of the hardwood floor. We're not seeing any smoke coming out, so let's switch this over to cement here, and we are getting a high reading that the concrete is showing signs of 100% moisture content. I'm not a big fan of checking concrete utilizing these instruments just because I don't feel like it's completely accurate. But as you can see, we are picking up moisture here if this is right. All right, we're going to continue pumping the smoke and verifying the sewer venting system. And then we're going to continue outside to continue working this way with the hydrostatic water test. Quick update here. There's no moisture whatsoever here. The only thing where it's leading up to right now is there is the moisture reader is reading 100% moisture content in the concrete. But to verify that, with your permission, we need to open the remaining hardwood floor underneath the dishwasher here to at least an 18 by 18 area. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a vaporization test on that concrete. And what that entails us is getting the proper tape and plastic. We seal it over the concrete. We come back in 16 hours. We peel that plastic back to see if there is any moisture content trapped within that area that we've taped off. So that's going to be our next step right now. If we do, then that's going to be a good sign right there that is going to lead to what's causing this right here. All right, guys, we've opened it up at about an 18 inch by 18 inch area here, and I can actually smell a lot of heavy moisture. So what I typically do is I love the clear Flex Seal tape. It's just really, really sticky, and it's really offers a lot of peace of mind to trap everything. So I'm going to go ahead and outline this area with the sticky clear tape Flex Seal. That way I get a good adhesion. All right, we've sealed the 4 mil plastic. As you can see here, it's completely sealed now. So now we just have to let this sit for 16 to 18 hours. We'll be back and see if there's any moisture. That's all we could do right now. All right, guys, well, that's a wrap for today. Whoa. We're gonna allow that vapor seal for 16 hours. We're gonna come back. I'm really looking forward to that.
I think we accomplished a lot today. We ruled out
100%.
the kitchen drain. You know, one plumber wanted to rip out their floor and do a full repair there. That wasn't needed. David was actually able to run it all the way to 20, 30 feet. So we know it's not drain.
We know it's not
that
a
water
waterproofing.
intrusion. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So we put a lot of water on the outside just to verify. The other thing is removing that dishwasher and exposing the substrates there. That was really, really, really helpful, just because it gave us an indication on a lot of things. Is there moisture? What does the concrete look like? So we really made a lot of progress today. We'll see you in 16 to 18 hours. All right, so this is 18 hours later. We're back to check this vapor test. So let's come on in and see what we find. We're gonna do one attempt here. So what we've done is marked out on the floors where we're gonna put some heavy sandbags. Right on the top here, we're gonna set up some heat dehumidification to hopefully extract that vapor and get these floors back to normal.
Okay, so we're underneath Ron and Janice's kitchen right now, pumping out the water. This is about 4 days later after I did the water test. The water is definitely pulling underneath that house, causing that vapor up into that kitchen floor. So you see these types of leaks, you guys. We went from drain, thought it was, you know, a possible water intrusion issue, but it's actually seems like it's vapor coming up. So never thought that we'd come to this job and start a waterproofing job, but it looks like that's what Ron and Janice are going to have to do. So hopefully with this buckling floor episode here, it gave you some insight on really what it takes to get to the bottom of these sort of mystery issues. Yeah, you can't make any assumptions. With any leaks, we don't make any assumptions. You know, this could have been a drain, it could have been a water, had no idea that it was going to end up as a vapor issue. So hiring the right contractor with the right tools, the right skill set makes a huge difference in the long run. As you can see, the experience that Ron and Janice had, they're extremely happy, and that at the end of the day is the most gratifying. Leave your comments on what you liked about this and give us some feedback as to what else we can do to provide you great content, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right guys, and we'll see you on the next one.